Okay, guys, one of the things I'm passionate about, and gals, is when it comes to prepping food. Okay, prepping meals and getting meals placed, getting the nutrition that you need to build, to lose fat, okay, to lose fat, retain muscle, gain that muscle. And just on my system, it's all a part, it's a four-part system. And the foundation of this system is what I'm going to go over today when it comes to actually prepping food and prepping your list of foods that you enjoy, that you love to eat. And I'm going to go over what mine looks like and how I build out other clients when it comes to just that foundation and getting you prepped for a caloric deficit based on all the foods that you actually love to eat. Okay, these are all the foods that I love to eat up here consistently. I stay pretty consistent here. There's a couple things that I plug and play into here over time. I do eat some fast casual food. Of course, it's included in there. There's a video that I'll post at the end of here on the three places that I typically stick to if I do go out for fast food. And I broke those down on the meals that I actually get from there specifically. And I interchange those sometimes. But this is how I prep either 5, 7 to 10 days worth of high protein based meals and then build my carbohydrates on very specific days from fresh to cooked, okay, as you can see. But I'm going to go over these right now, and I'm going to give you the places to buy some of these items very specifically cheaper than you would normally get them, and you can get a lot of it organic, all right? Now, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, I like to stick as close to organic as I possibly can. You don't have to, but ideal when it comes to berries, yes, but I'm going to get into that right now. So here's how my structure of preparing looks like. I have prepared bowls out consistently. I prep for myself. I like going 5 days from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, 5 to 6 days. This way, my Monday through Friday is already planned out when it comes to protein. And on the weekends, I'm still busy on the weekends, but I'm able to incorporate some of these other things that I've already have made, and I just have to warm up. Okay, but we'll get into that here in a moment. But I'm going to get to the point where 170 grams to 190 grams of protein a day is what I normally go for. That is my maintenance for where I'm at. And when I want to add on muscle, because right now I'm going on a cut. I'm doing a sort of a cut where I'm in a caloric deficit of 500 calories a day, but my protein's at about 190. But I stay between there, so I don't have to think about it. If I stay between 170 and 190, my food prep's already done in my mind. And for my clients too, I have 27 clients right now, and I know what all their food preps are because that's how insane I am when it comes to nutrition and building out meal plans, because that's one of my passions. It's not only the workouts, okay? It's not just the workouts. I mean, anybody can give you workouts. It's all about how to prep and where to buy food to make everything convenient when it comes to the foundation of having the protein in first, the fat second, and the carbohydrates in there for timing purposes. Okay, timing with carbohydrates is key. So, ground beef is my go-to. Anything ground. Now, every now and then when I do go out, if I go out, date nights, whatever, when we go to places, we go to place where there's steaks and chicken already prepared, that I can get, salmon, which is ridiculously expensive. I don't really buy a lot of salmon out, but I eat, if you can see, it's a lot of convenience. A lot of ground beef, a lot of ground chicken, a lot of ground turkey, salmon, wild caught. I eat a lot of that. Most of my protein shakes, my supplemental protein, it's not supplemental by now. All protein powders in today's world that are really good, high quality, it's food. It's protein. And the best bioavailable protein you can actually get. Now, there are vegan stacks that I can show you and plant-based stacks that add up to all the amino acids that you need, the essentials that you can put all together in one. There's some really good ones out there by Sun Warrior. Yes, I'm not getting paid by them, by the way. Of course, no, nothing like that. So whey protein isolate, Greek yogurt, Sometimes fat free, most of the time organic. I like sticking to organic mostly, all the time actually. I don't eat any of the Chobanis. If I do, it's very rarely something that I'm just like busy and I'll grab and stack two of the sugar-free ones, the Oikos ones, or that have no sugar in them. Right? Well, I forgot what they are, but they have like 20 grams of protein in them. So I'll stack two of those in desperation. But that's very rarely. But I stick to Greek yogurt, fat-free. Sometimes the full fat when I would include it in here, because there's one specific one or two actually that are at Whole Foods that absolutely love the flavor of the full fat one. It's just there's something about it. It's so delicious. But we'll get into like things that are. I love things that are good that are like that, and they cost a lot of money, and there's only like 4 servings in, so I don't get it all the time. Tofu, when I go plant based or vegan, I have 4 vegan clients. I have a lot of vegan clients that come in and out, and of course, I build a lot of really good vegan meals. My wife is vegan, and it's great because I have a ridiculous amount of recipes for vegan options, and I don't even call them vegan options because I eat vegan 5 times a month because I have clients build out their plans. So that's a big part of what I do when it comes to the actual nutrition coaching, because nutrition coaching is my foundation. The workouts as a personal trainer come along for the ride. Yes. So here, when it comes to fats, it's avocados, not a lot, but avocado oil. That's what I normally cook with. I do eat a lot of raw EV, extra virgin olive oil, or specifically. It doesn't necessarily have to be organic, but I like to stick that close and just stick to it can be expensive, but a big bottle lasts me a long time and you get a lot of use out of it, but I don't cook with that. And I advise not to cook with, olive oil is not good to cook with. You can add it in after you cook something, but cooking with it and raising the temperature up to high amounts past 350 degrees is not good. It's just not. And you can look that up online, Google it, and you will get surprised by the findings, some good findings that you're just like, okay, I'm not doing that. Avocado oil takes a high amount of heat I think it's up to 480 degrees. And what are you cooking at 480 degrees? Not too much. Too many things you should be cooking that. But my nuts I normally go to macadamia, low in calories. Not low in calories, but low in carbohydrates, to no sugar. And the fats, the fatty acids that are in there, I don't know the names of them right now, but I should. But they're good for your gut biome. Okay, really good. Pecans, same thing. Very low, just very high in nutrition. And they're real nuts. They're not actual like peanuts. Peanuts are not nuts. They're not. Walnuts, okay. Omega-3s in walnuts, not a lot, but I rotate in and out of those. Eggs. Now there's an online thing with eggs that has come like pasture raised, regular eggs, and I got a really good video if you want it that breaks down the differences. It's so good that it will have you, like, okay, what's the difference nutritionally? Paying $10 for a dozen of eggs versus paying $5 or even $3. And you will find those findings just pretty, and it goes along with some of the bigger names of eggs that are just claiming to be these pasture raised and all this stuff. But that's another video. Ghee, I use ghee a lot. I like making like supercharged coffees with ghee, butter, and bulletproof coffee. I'm a big bulletproof coffee, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, where I include, I put collagen in it. Collagen's not on here, but it is part of my day-to-day, but I don't include the collagen protein in this protein because I go 20, 30 grams of it, but it's more for just skin. I can't tell you, I've been taking collagen for a long time, but I have a video out for that as well. Moving ahead, sticking to the meal prep part of this, all of these carbs come down to timing. I don't eat a lot of carbs before noon, ever. I don't eat carbs at least 5 to 6 hours before bed. Never. Never once. There's about a 6 hour window, maybe seven sometimes, where I eat carbs in. And that's before and after workouts, or sometimes later after workouts and earlier before workouts. But most of my carbs, most workout lifting and high walking days, high step days, there's sweet potatoes. I do lentil pasta, I do red potatoes. I eat all of these all day long. Broccoli, cauliflower, they're mixed throughout. Okay. The asparagus, I normally eat it cooked, and I finish it off with extra virgin olive oil and some garlic and capers. Oh my god! Okay. Oh my goodness! So good. Greens, I eat arugula raw in salads. Okay, and I cook spinach barely. See, oxalate issue. Look that up. You want to cook your spinach if you're eating high amounts. I eat a lot of spinach throughout the week. It's cheap, very high in nutrition, very high in folate. It's so good for you. Okay, and beets. I have this beet kraut that I get from Whole Foods that is amazing. You can get it from other places too, other health food stores. And I don't like saying health food stores anymore because you can get it at pretty much not at any store, but not at Aldi's. But it's a beet kraut. It's expensive, but I get 6-7 meal included in it, and it will last me a week. But I can mix it in and out of meals that I eat with it. Red potato, like I said, broccoli. I eat a ton of it. Okay, now I'm going to go over cost. I build all my meals out of this. So take a picture of that. Pause. This is what I build all my meals out of. Okay, now there's condiments included and spices like garlic powder, onion powder. Very trivial amounts. I do a lot of real salt. You look up real salt. It's the realest salt without all the plastics in it, all the microfiber plastics in it. Like, get that. It's expensive. You can get it on sale sometimes at Whole Foods, but a bag of that salt will last you forever. And I put it in my water. I put a quarter teaspoon typically in the morning with water. I drink 2 cups of water every morning. But that salt is the real deal. That's why it's called real salt. Now, when it comes to this is what I use for all my meal prep. My go-to is chocolate. I'm eating chocolate almost. Sometimes it looks like I'm eating it every day if you're hanging around with me. But I normally buy 2 bars a week, sometimes only a bar, and I'll piece it out and put it in here not in the meals, but as part of the meal, and I finish it off. If I ever have an urge at night, that all I need is some really dark chocolate, and I stick with 70% cacao or above, and I stick to organic, well-sourced chocolate. You can get a lot of good well-sourced chocolate at Whole Foods. But ground beef, grass-fed, good place to get it. Believe it or not, Aldi's. It's cheap here. It's got to be cheap everywhere else. You can get really good deals on them. I do Butcher Box too because I get the free every month. Not sponsored by any of this. Not just take it. Inside of our community, with my coaching, we talk about where to get things collectively. I have clients that I've had for 7-8 years now, and that's all we talk about is where we buy all of this food at. It will take up our whole stream sometimes of just like, oh, it's there, and we just ping everybody. It's so great. That's worth the money in itself because it will save you a ton of money on this stuff. To eat predominantly healthy and plan out meals to where they're actually anywhere from $3 to, let's say, $6 a meal or less in some cases. Because you can get this salmon at Costco and it is ridiculously cheap, between anywhere from $8 to $10. And you're getting the whole salmon. You got to buy the whole, practically you're buying the whole salmon, right? But how many meals are in it? I mean, there's hundreds of grams of protein when you buy it that you can divide into meals, right? And for myself, I'll go through a whole salmon week where I eat salmon every day when I get that. And I'll plan it out in salads. I'll include pasta and some of these things with the lentil pasta. Amazing, okay? As far as money goes, as money saving goes. This organic Greek yogurt, the best place to get it, Costco. It is ridiculously cheap. Protein, dollar for dollar, is ridiculously cheap. okay? And then every now and then, it all depends where you go. All these Trader Joe's really doesn't have the best in my area. That is Greek yogurt. For tofu, organic blocks, Trader Joe's organic, and it's not really wet. And like I said, I make a mean stir fry with it. I make scrambled eggs, tofu eggs with it that my kids will even eat that. It's so good, and I make it. I put it's jacked with protein, and for Trader Joe's, it's higher in protein. The ground turkey organic, you can get really good deals at Costco. That's why when people tell me the Costco membership's not worth it, I'm like, are you kidding me? The gasoline alone, but the food. If you shop for food and not all the other garbage, I don't want to say it's garbage because I got a few things from Costco. But seriously, some of the things you get from Costco, food wise, pay for the membership and tenfold, and you get the money back at the end of the year. Whey protein isolate, I got great places that are not sponsored by. I can get you coupons that are really good. I stick to grass-fed, grass-finished, or whey protein isolate. It's got the highest amount of leucine. Leucine is very prevalent for muscle building, muscle retention, and just overall protein synthesis when it comes to building muscle. Okay. And I normally drink my protein shakes not by themselves. I drink 20 to 30 grams with a meal, with my two biggest meals. And sometimes my two smallest meals are my protein snacks, call them meals that I include protein there. And that's how I supplement my protein. But by now, most of your protein powders aren't supplemented. I don't count them as supplements. It's real food. It's real food. So think of it as real food. Okay, and I got places to get that very cheap. A lot of the berries, most of the time, you got to go seasonal. I eat a lot of frozen. And if you want frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries that are cheap, organic, Costco. You get 4 pounds. So you know what, get 4 pounds or even 5 pounds, I think, blueberries. And they last forever for me. Okay, and I mix them with Greek yogurts. I eat them separately. So I do eat a lot of those. Sweet potatoes, typically, your health food store locally. I either go to, can't get them. I eat them organic, and you can get them on sale most of the time. They're really cheap because they're bought a lot. I remember how expensive a long time ago they used to be. Now they're really cheap, like $1.69 a pound at Whole Foods. That's where I go. Ezekiel bread, typically, I don't know, if you got Kroger or wherever around you, we got Giant Eagle where I'm at. It's typically cheaper there than it is to go to Costco, or not Costco, but to go to Whole Foods, like a store like that. But typically, I'm always getting it on sale. When I find it on sale, I get it, or someone tells me it's on sale, I buy like 3 loaves, keep it in the freezer because that's where you get it in anyway, and then go through, it takes me a while to go through a loaf of bread. Lentil pasta, I eat like a really good deal of organic lentil pasta in a bag. It's $2.99 in my area. Go to Trader Joe's. As you can see, the theme is Trader Joe's, Costco, and Whole Foods for me around. And sometimes my local local grocery store, regional grocery store, but Aldi's too. I'm at Aldi's once a month because I just stack up on some meat there. But anyway, red potatoes, local, broccoli, like I said, frozen. I get it frozen most of the time because I go through a lot of broccoli throughout the week. It's incorporated in most of my meals. Sometimes I'll eat an entire pound of broccoli as part of a meal with a protein shake. And when I'm on the road, it's nuts. And some Greek yogurt. I mean, not the broccoli, and I know it sounds gross, but whatever it takes to get that meal in for me, right? And then, like I said, chocolate I eat most of the time. But when it comes down to timing for these carbohydrates, I eat them at different times. Like I said, I know this is a long video, but this is very important, guys. This is part of the program. Okay, this is part of the program that you get with me. And it's a part of the system that will last you. It's forever. This is my forever Evergreen system. There are things that I include, like I said, I'll include a video at the end. I do eat fast, casual food. There's 5 places actually I eat 5 casual food from, and they're local. And I'll leave a video link on what I bought, what I buy there. Not all the time. And there are places out there too, like for restaurants. I do go to restaurants. We do live that life, right? And it's not about restricting. It's about restricting time restriction when it comes to the carbohydrates. You can go to restaurants and not stack in the carbohydrates. I mean, it's hard to avoid fats typically, but most of the restaurants you go to, you can actually incorporate, if you're eating steak or chicken, or even we have a lot of really good vegan, plant-based places in where I live at. But this is the system. The system has that diet, has that meal prep program that broken down, has recipes that are built around food that you love, that you can incorporate like a list like this, and becomes your forever list. And you just plug and play. You plug other items, you plug the world into it. But this gives me all my basics: high amounts of protein, clean fats, and clean carbohydrates, and eat some of the dirty stuff out there. But you don't have to eat dirty constantly. I do eat ice cream. I don't eat it every day. I don't go and buy pints. Even though sometimes it's really hard when I see really good pints on sale. They're normally like $10 and they're on sale for like $5. I'm like, oh my goodness, I could buy like 5 of those. But if I buy 5 of those and keep them in the house, I'm pretty good with it. No one's eating a quarter of a cup or half a cup of ice cream. They're eating the whole thing. It's like 1,000 calories. Right? But anyway, long video. But I want to make it clear on how great the system that I have that you can build off of with those 4 peers, and it includes everything. It includes all the personal training as well. It includes the workouts that are built around you and for progression. Okay, it doesn't have any crazy fad diets that are not used as tools. Now, I do use intermittent fasting for some folks in the beginning because it's important as a tool, and then you use it throughout the rest of your life. You don't use it for the rest of your life every day. You use it as a tool, right? You use your car as a tool, right? I mean, we use our cars every day, but there's things in your life that you don't use every day. That's how certain foods are certain diets are when it comes to that. They're used as tools. Certain workouts are used for tools, okay? They really are. You're not going to do the same workout that someone who's going to be a bodybuilder. You're not going to do that, right? I don't do that. I'm not a bodybuilder. I just want to be in sports shape, but have strength to do that sport consistently, because you want to keep the muscle strength, lower the amounts of body fat around your organs. That's what this system will do. It will do that. That's what the system should be called. It should be called keep the fats off of my organs. Can I name it that? Not really. I hope you found some value. I know this is very long. Look at these 2 videos that I got connected to here at the end. Again, I forgot to ask, but subscribe today. I appreciate you. I'm trying to grow this out, keep it really smooth and simple without any cuts. And this is real life and not garbage, right? This is what I do, and this is my passion. I'm 51 years old. I'm not some 21-year-old coming out of college, which is fine. I get it. But I got all this real life experience for losing body fat, keeping the muscle, losing it, and just getting you, if you want to get to 10% body fat, I'll get you there. If you want to get to just 20, great, and maintain for the rest of your life, great. If not, we just move into a great scenario for yourself and build it out and make it your evergreen system. So until then, much love. Talk to you.